Hey folks, thanks for praying for us. I am feeling better than I have in years, at least mentally and emotionally. Physically, not so much. There's some weird stuff going on. Anyway, pray that I keep that momentum headed in the right direction. Pray for me to lead with courage and wisdom from a place of intimacy with Jesus. Pray for me. I'm preaching more here at Calvary, Penns Valley. Dan's given us permission to preach from now till Mother's Day, and so I'm taking advantage of that. Pray for me to be able to build a team here in the valley that's going to be engaged in the mission of God to redeem and restore, to see an awakening and a revival, renewal. Pray for new believers. Pray for a fresh vision and passion for the kingdom. Kim is still wrestling with what to do with the next CKC site. It doesn't look like the Bellefonte site for the daycare is going to happen. So we're looking at the possibility of us personally purchasing a vacant church building in Lewistown. Pray for wisdom. Pray for her to keep building her teams, multiplying disciples, strengthening families. If you wanted to partner with us in building or buying a building, let me know. Pray for the littles, although Charlie is not very little these days if you've seen him. Pray for him to keep growing in his faith. He's got a retreat coming up with the youth center soon. Jace had a pretty good appointment, better anyway, at his new therapist yesterday. I went with him, although I felt like I was asking all of the questions that he answered. Pray for Zuzu. Pray for her to be less driven by her emotions, more capable of staying focused and calm when things get wonky. Pray for Levi and Rachel. Again, health. They've been fighting some sickness. Pray for Levi's schooling and his organization. Pray for the baby, Eloise. And we're getting down there. Lily and Adam. Pray for them as they're planning this wedding coming up in December. They're still looking for a house to buy so that they can. But pray for the right house for them. They're not finding a whole lot right now. Pray for job direction for Lily, the right house. Pray for all of the new family dynamics that are swirling around. And finally, I'd love to have you praying for us from Acts chapter 5, the not the Ananias and Sapphira part, but this part. The apostles had been arrested. They were told to stop talking about Jesus, and in the end, they were beaten and released. The council accused them of filling Jerusalem with their teaching about Jesus. Luke tells us that the apostles left the high council rejoicing that God had counted them worthy to suffer disgrace for the name of Jesus. And every day in the temple and from house to house, they continued to teach and preach this message. Jesus is the Messiah. That's what I want to see happen. So pray that we would fill Penns Valley with talking about Jesus. Pray that God would draw people to faith, that every day from church buildings to homes all over the valley, the good news of Jesus, the Messiah, would change lives. That's what I'm asking you to pray about. So thanks for praying. I love your guts. Happy Easter.